I was seeing if Holly could hear us.
Um,
Okay.
so Mason, let's get into it. Let's talk about the wide receiver. Let's talk about the backup QB competition. I mean, you saw Will Levis make a few plays out there, but he really didn't do what he wanted to, but he had 85 yards and one interception and no touchdowns.
Right. But the interception, that was in the last 30 seconds. It was a rushed time to put him in that spot in his first game, and people say kind of hating on him for that. It doesn't really make much sense. But I would say Malik Willis definitely had the better game.
Um, Malik Willis definitely, man. I'm 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 for Malik Willis if he ever works out for the Titans. Well, then great.
Right?
I mean, I want to see competition against the other backup spots. It's not all about winning in the preseason. It's all about competition. And for the fact that I'm saying competition, it's it's just it makes it makes you it makes you better when you have competition out there on the field with the
Right.
backup battles.
Right. You always want to see, and whenever you have three quarterbacks, you always want to see how both quarterbacks can do. You love a competition. Some players are gonna, maybe next week we'll see Levis do better. Then it'll be even more a competition in the third game. That's what's fun about it. Uh, who would you want to win the competition at the end of the year for quarterback two?
I mean, it's it's hard. It's hard to be a quarterback in the NFL, and yes, it's gonna take some time to do competition in the NFL, and not only that, it's the way the game is played out.
Right. Yeah. Either way, I hope whatever quarterback two is can play very well, and maybe at some point in the season might be well enough to be quarterback one. That might be interesting to see. So the season's gonna show us a lot of what to see in the future, not just right now, but in the future too, because we're not always gonna have Tannehill. So I think it's gonna be really exciting, whatever happens.
Um, I- I'm ready to see. I'm ready to see what the offensive line competition is gonna be like this week. I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on the offensive line this week to kind of see what what uh how did you like Peter's what's his last name? I can't announce that.
I think
Uh
it's Skarinsky, something like that. Uh,
Skroutsky.
yeah, something like that. I think he played really well, and same with Jalen Duncan. I think they're gonna be on the starting line. Maybe Jalen Duncan's backup. I'm not too sure where they are, but I think whoever the starting line was starting this last game, I think they're gonna start for the whole season. And it's really a battle between the backups and the third string. Who's gonna be? Can some of the third strings be backups, and can some of the backups in that game become third string? Like, will they play well, or do you think they're gonna be worse? Like, how do you feel about that?
Um I really like the way I really like the way that Peter Peter blocked in the offensive line. he looked really good out there. I mean, there was a couple of things out there that I did not like about the offensive line position, but it was just I think they might have gave up one sack. Um,
Hmm.
how if anybody can answer that in the comment section, please let me know. How many sacks did we give up on the offensive line against the Chicago Bears? Um,
I would say at
Mason, do
least
you,
one, but there were a lot of pressures. Like there's a lot of times that they almost got to the quarterback, but they were able to escape.
I
So
mean,
offensive line, at some points we're not looking very good. But I might be wrong. But I don't remember many holding calls, so that's really good. That's what we do not want at all.
uh, I think that there might have been a few holding calls on the offensive line, but no sacks, Bryant said.
No sacks. Oh, that's good.
Um,
Oh, the
there was
starting line gave up zero, but uh, there was 8 in the game from the backups and third strings.
there was 8 in
So
the
the
game.
starters didn't give up any.
Brian, well, I'm gonna ask you a question, bud. But what do you think about the competition of the offensive line? How is it gonna play out against the Vikings? Ah, how is the offensive line gonna play out against the Vikings? And we're gonna kind of go over that on Sunday night with April. I'll be doing that with her on Sunday night. But I'm gonna watch every single second of that Vikings game. I'm not even gonna miss that one.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun one. Hopefully, we don't see any more injuries. That's what I'm really like hoping.
Yeah.
Just have a clean game, not many penalties, and not many sacks, and no injuries.
I think it's gonna come down to a situation where it's gonna be a few pressures here and there, but we might I think the defense is gonna do much better this year. What do you think, Mason?
I definitely think the defense will do much better this year. We have Harold Landry back, which is a big thing we really needed. He was out the entire year with a ACL tear, and it was just rough to see him get out for the year. That's what made me really nervous about seeing Traylon Burks today. I was really hoping that wasn't the same thing, and luckily he didn't uh, mess up his ACL. So I definitely think the defense will be so much better. And after last year, all of them they understand how to play well with each other much better, and we added a lot. So all around, it's been great.
Um, I think that I think that I think that there there's gonna be. What do you think about the trends? What do you think about the addition moving to turf from grass? Um,
Mm.
I want to get your thoughts on that.
Well, just knowing what the grass kind of looks like halfway through the season, towards the end of the season, I think it was just best to make the change. And also, the injuries we were getting because of that was a lot. So I think the change was pretty necessary, and I think it was a good choice. And I'm excited to see how well we can play on it.
Um, I want to see what what the turf thing does on the field. I'm ready to see what the new. I'm excited for the new stadium, to be honest with you, because I like the way the new stadium looks. It's got Derrick Henry on the jumbotron, Stephon and
Right,
Josh Norman. That's my
right.
favorite
That's all
picture.
we have to see. Right,
What was it?
exactly. That was a great moment watching that live.
Did you watch it
Imagine being right
live?
next to it, watching it on TV and stuff. Can you imagine being right there, just seeing Josh Norman being thrown on the ground? Great moment.
Yeah. And what was your favorite Derrick Henry moment from back in the day, like when he first got into the NFL?
Well, I don't. This isn't exactly a favorite moment whenever he got into the NFL, but a favorite moment that is talked about a lot, but not as much anymore, is the 99-yard touchdown against the Jaguars. If you remember that, that was always that's what kind of what started to get him going and help him be the person he is now. He's just stiff arming everyone as he goes. So that's one of my favorite moments. What is yours?
Mine would be mine would be stiff arm to Josh Norman.
Yeah, that was a great moment. One of the best.
5 yard runs in NFL history.
Right.
That that was a great one.
Yeah, he's had some great moments, and I'm ready to see some more great moments.
I'm ready to see what I'm ready to see what DeAndre Hopkins can do out there on the field. I think that DeAndre Hopkins is gonna go out there and do his thing this year.
I agree. People are saying he's not good anymore, but the numbers he put up last year in Arizona, while not playing as much time, I don't think, are pretty wild to me. That people still think he is not a good player anymore. It's just look at last year. Look at what he did, and they'll see it this year, and they'll see why they should have had him instead. But I'm glad that we got him, so it's gonna be fun to watch him.
He's he's still put up 1,000 yards after missing 6 games.
Right. Yeah. So, and people are saying he only had 1,000 yards last year. It's not that great, but they don't really think about him missing 6 games, which is a lot. So, almost half the season. He could have put 2,000 yards if he played the whole season. And he was playing with Kyler Murray. So, imagine him with Ryan Tannehill.
Kyler Murray, um, I like him, but I just don't like the way. I don't like his size out there on the field. I'm scared that I'm scared for him this year because of Dennis Daly.
Right. Right. He has to play with Dennis Daly, so he's probably going to be sacked about 50 to 60 times this year, just off Dennis Daly alone. So I'm glad we don't have him anymore.
Dennis Daly was trash.
Yeah, he definitely did not have the best couple years. So I
I
don't know.
mean, he wasn't he wasn't good at all. He was so bad.
I agree. He was not good.
I mean, he
How do you
was.
feel about Caleb Farley?
Um, I I don't I don't necessarily know. I think he's still on the pump. I think he's still on the PUP list.
Right. Yeah. He hasn't had a full season to prove himself yet, which is really sad. So hopefully we can see a full season from him. He's still off that from last year's injury, so hopefully soon he'll be healthy again. And I just want a season where no one gets hurt. Just, I mean, we've been the most hurt team for a long time, so kind of rough to see.
But we, I mean, we've seen so many injuries. It's just it's insane.
Right. We've seen so much, and just hoping that nothing else happens. I mean, I think that's why we moved from grass to turf is to kind of test that out, see if it's any better, and it should hopefully look a lot nicer there in the end season. Because normally with the grass, it just does not look that good. It gets all messed up and causes a lot more injury. So hopefully everything goes well. Everyone here, do you guys think that Malik Willis would be quarterback two, or do you think Will Levis would be quarterback two?
I think that Will Levis. Um, I think Malik Willis could be quarterback two. To be honest with you, because I'm gonna take Malik over Will Levis at this point because Will Levis, he, I mean, he looks he looks good, but not as good as Malik.
Right. Did oh, we got a team Malik in the comments, so they agree with you. Uh, I don't know if Will Levis got a chance to play with the starting offensive line. That's the only thing I don't know. So I want to see them give them a chance with the offensive line that's going to start this year, or at least the one that started against the Bears. So see if maybe he can play a lot better because he was having to run a lot. Same with Willis. So both were kind of equal on running.
And hopefully, he comes in with a better confidence in the game this week.
Hmm.
Hey, I'll be right back, Mason. I'm gonna go check with Haley to see if she's still gonna make it on.
All right, that's no problem.
Alright, so ask questions in the chat for me, please.
All right, I will do that for you.
Thank you.
Yep. He has horrible decision making. I heard that in college he doesn't have the best accuracy. He throws a lot of interceptions. But yeah, so if somehow he were to be quarterback two, would you be upset by that? Like, would you go against him and hope Malik Willis will start, or will you just kind of go with it? Also, everyone here, uh, put your score predictions for next week. See what you think. I say 14-27 Titans next week. Yeah, he definitely did not get a fair chance. The He went all the way to Kansas City and brought them into overtime. think it ended 20-23 uh, with Todd Downing. That's the thing. We're gonna see Malik Willis without Todd Downing. What can he do? Will he play better? Will everything be a lot better with that? Right. Yeah, we were missing all wide receivers. Traylon Burks got hurt. Uh, Harold Landry was out. So I understand what you mean by that, and hopefully he gets the fair chance he gets. Hopefully he gets a fair chance this year.
Um, I did. I just messaged Haley to see if she was gonna make it on, but she didn't say anything yet.
Nothing yet. I feel like we should send Todd Downing into Arizona with Dennis Daly.
Uh, what, buddy?
We should take Todd Downing and send him to Arizona with Dennis Daly. See if
I
Kyler
think
Murray plays better.
I think that would be something that Kingsbury would not want.
Right.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is very happy with Todd Downing.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I'm happy he's not on the team anymore. Hopefully he does well. Like hopefully he can be a lot better than he did last year. But the way he did it with us last year, you you just can't do that.
And he had that DUI.
Right after one win. That was one of the last wins we had this season. I think that might have been the very last game that we won.
Like, why, bro? Why would you do that when you?
Because he doesn't win a lot. It's very rare, so he got a little happy.
I mean, I'm sure Todd Downing was embarrassed of himself after he did that DUI because he messed up on a lot of things.
Yeah. He didn't, he was happy about winning because he doesn't do that very much. So he was like, just got to celebrate. Ended the season with 7 losses in a row.
Um, I think that I think Todd Downing is just he was so bad. I mean, I was even talking to a friend of mine yesterday about Todd Downing. The way, I mean, you can't keep on doing the same play over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Right?
It's
Run it with Derrick Henry. Run it with Derrick Henry. Maybe one occasional pass every five Derrick Henry runs. Stuff like that. And yes, I am very, very excited for season. Um, let's not lose the division this year, please. I cannot go through 7 losses in a row again, especially to the Jaguars. I cannot let that happen. How about you, Jonathan? Are you excited for this season?
You know what? I'm not really worried about the Jaguars, to be honest with you, um because that's gonna be behind us.
Right.
Let's see let's see what Tim Kelly's got. Let's give him a shot.
I agree.
Um
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Pumped for the season. Yes.
Uh, so I can't wait for. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what what uh what Traylon Burks can do this year if he stays healthy in the season. But I think that injury is gonna last in 3 weeks.
So yeah, so supposedly there was someone on Twitter that says he's a doctor and he knows this type of stuff, and it says it can be anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks. So hopefully it's only 2 weeks, but hopefully at worst it's only 6 weeks. Hopefully he can be back by you know before the season ends. Hopefully play a couple games. That's what I'm hoping for with Traylon Burks. If he plays very well. But it's is he going to play is what worries me.
Um, so last year when we were playing the Eagles, right, and he had this man, he he caught that touchdown. He caught it in the end zone, and he and this Eagle player just came up to him and knocked him out.
Right. I don't know if there's no penalty on that one. That was very targeted. But that's kind of, he had that, then heard some turf something happened to him. So throughout that year, he just had a rough time with injury, and hopefully this year, it can be a lot better for him.
And and plus he was out for 4 weeks with that tough toe.
Right. So he was out a lot. Definitely could have used him for that Kansas City game. Could have won that overtime. But yeah, we'll see what he can do this year if he comes back from injury.
Um,
Do you have
um,
a favorite player you want to see this year play? Like, who are you most excited for?
what player am I most excited for?
Yeah, to see them kind of play this year.
Um, I'm excited for the Andre Hopkins.
Oh, that's going to be fun to watch.
DeAndre Hopkins and King Henry in the backfield.
Right.
And 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 watch, I'm gonna say this. Nobody will be able to stop King Henry if you have DeAndre Hopkins on one side and Traylon Burks on the other side.
I agree. That's going to be fun to watch, and they can't just target one player like they did last year. They're going to have to, you know, they can't just put all players in one spot to block Derrick Henry. They can't just all target Traylon Burks because now we have Hopkins. It's just going to be fun, all three of them at one time. It's going to be great. The Dolphins.
I think the Dolphins are gonna lose bad.
Yeah. He said that the Dolphins can stop Derrick Henry. Do you think that's true?
Nope.
No, I don't think that's true.
The Dolphins cannot even stop Derrick Henry at all. They couldn't even stop AJ Brown.
Oh,
Look,
Tannehill's going back to Miami.
Tanny,
I think is it in Miami or is it in Tennessee?
It's in Miami this year.
Miami. That's going to be fun for Tannehill to go back, beat the Dolphins in the team he used to play for. Yeah, we haven't played the Dolphins in a while, so
I think that I think the Dolphins suck.
well, Dolphins are cool. We can't hate on the Dolphins, but until they play us, then we definitely can. The teams we do not like here are the Ravens and all the AFC South. So I think the Dolphins can be cool.
I think the Dolphins are just gonna get. The Dolphins can't. The Dolphins cannot, cannot play against King Henry 1-on-1 all day.
Right? They
Traylon
can't.
Burks is Traylon Burks and DeAndre Hopkins are gonna smack Xavier Howard on the floor if come near them. Fins down.
No, no, I hear a lot of Dolphins hate and Titans hate. Let's all just not like the Ravens for a little bit. Because I'm scared to know what Tyreek Hill will do to our defense. And Jalen Waddle. It's very scary to think about.
I think that the Dolphins are gonna get beat.
Did they really shut down Jefferson today? Really? That's good to hear.
Fins down.
How do you feel about the whole bear down thing?
What?
Dolphins have fins up, we have Titan up, and Bears have bears down.
I don't. What was that again, buddy?
We have Titan up, and Dolphins have fins up, but
I
Bears
thought
have bears down. Do you like fins up or bears down better?
I, I.
Bear down.
Sorry, buddy, you're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Yeah, my mic definitely does not like hearing the competition. Well, we do have a question in the comments about what are we looking forward to preseason game number 2?
Mason, you go ahead and go first, man.
Go first. Well, I'm looking forward to see if we play any starters this game. Maybe for like a quarter, maybe for like a half. Normally, he might play them for the second game. Most likely the third game, though. But I'm looking forward to backup offensive line, third string offensive line. See if they've improved. And yes, also the quarterback battle. What
I
about you?
think that I think that I'm looking forward to the offensive line accomplishment the offensive line competition. It's
Right.
gonna be. I mean, Mason, I'm gonna say this. To be honest with you, it's gonna be a tough battle between the offensive line and between the quarterbacks.
Right. I think Will Levis will shock everyone. I see everyone here is going for Malik Willis, but I really do want to see Will Levis have a chance as well.
Um,
Hey y'all.
hey,
Sorry, yeah. Bryce, I sat on here for like a while earlier and I was like, dang, I was like, where is everybody? I sat on here, and then I was like, well, maybe he's just running late. And then I got a phone call.
sorry about that. I sent the wrong link
Yeah,
to the
Yeah.
stream and stuff, but
I
that
did the same thing. I was just sitting here for a little bit.
um. So Mason, uh, what's your thoughts about the 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 new Oiler uniforms?
I think they're very cool, and not only are we using them twice, we're also using them against Houston Texans. So that's pretty funny, and they definitely knew what they were doing there. So it's going to be funny to use them against the Texans. So that's what I'm excited about.
Um, I posted that on my Instagram this morning on Instagram about the Oiler uniforms.
Are you excited about them?
I think we're
You t-
gonna win.
did you tell him? Did you tell him you got one, Bryce?
Um, I posted it on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Henry?
Yes.
Yep.
It's really cool. It's going to be cool to
I
see him
think
with that.
Mason, sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
You're
I think we're gonna win both of those games for sure.
No, I hope so. Can't lose against the Texans wearing the Oilers uniforms. They're gonna laugh at us for a long time.
I think that I think that I think we need to clean up a few spots on the offensive line. Hopefully we can get whatever his name is that got the suspension from gambling.
Is it the offensive line?
Nick
I don't
Petit
remember.
Rare.
Yeah. Um. So what what's your thoughts about him? How well did he do last year with the offensive line that we had?
Um, I mean, that whole offensive line was just in a struggle all year, so it's kind of hard to say much on him. Just all the offensive line, we just anything can be better than that. So if he can play any slightly better, that would be very, very hopeful.
I mean, we're we're not gonna in a couple of years we're not gonna see a run first team anymore. We're gonna see a pass first team, and I think that Tim Kelly can change that.
Well, you know, I could definitely see that, but I have a question for everyone. How does everyone feel about Tajay Spears? Because I mean, from what I saw, from the little bit I saw, I think he played really well. So who knows? Maybe it could still be a run offense with him.
I think that
I agree.
I agree too, Mason. I think Tajay Spears, he was great out there, and he had a couple good runs. I mean, what was the other running back's name that was behind him?
Was it
Julius
Haskins?
Chestnut?
Yeah, he was one of them.
Was he on the special teams?
I don't know who did kick return. I think it was. I think it was Tajay Spears did kick return. I think. I'm not too sure though.
Um,
Kyle
I really
Phillips did
like.
kick return too.
He might have done some in the second half, possibly. Can't remember too much.
I really like Tajay Spears. I think that Tajay Spears is gonna be good for years to come.
And like how someone pointed out, he has no ACL, but uh, he can
I'm
still
gonna bring
turn pretty well.
I'm gonna bring that comment up so that way you can read the whole thing.
Hmm. Yeah. So, like he said, he had some good vision. Yeah, I definitely agree. He made some good cuts for someone with no ACL, and it's very interesting how he can do that. And he's been doing that since his college. So I see some people surprised, and some people are like he's been doing that all the time. So it's just fun to see him, in a Titans uniform doing that.
Um, I, I think that Tajay Spears, I think he reminds me of a little bit of Derrick Henry, and he reminds me a little bit of Walker Payton.
Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, you see him stiff arming some of the Bears.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was made him feel like Josh Norman for a second.
Who who does who does Tajay Spears remind you of?
Well, like you said, Derrick Henry, but I honestly he can catch pretty well, so I could see him being put in as like a Christian McCaffrey type role, especially as the backup. So I think that would be interesting to see if they might play him kind of as a running back wide receiver like Debo Samuel as well.
Tannehill isn't going anywhere. Tannehill is not going anywhere this
Hush,
year. But
Brian.
Oh, Brian
uh,
got told to hush. Brian's in trouble.
He stays in
Haley,
trouble. Mm-hmm.
Tannehill's my
so
QB1.
so
The only reason I'll trade him
what
would
do
be
you
for Mahomes.
what do you think about what do you think about the competition of the offensive line?
I mean, I don't think there is much competition. I think our backups are pretty terrible.
Maybe the battle between seconds, backups and third strings is the better competition.
Um, oh, what happened?
Seems to have cut out for a second. Might be back in a second. All right, everyone. Does anyone have any questions for me? I've been kind of asking you guys questions.
Hey Mason. So uh, w- what I want to talk about is one of the things that we did not clean up very well last year was the offensive line.
Right, right. Uh, Definitely looking a lot better than last year. Like I said earlier, anything can be better than last year. So just kind of we added some people this year.
I think
I think
that
one was from the Cardinals. We got one from the Jets. No, I think it was just the Cardinals one. But hopefully they do better. We got two offensive linemen in one draft. So how do you feel about Jalen Duncan?
Harvard.
Uh, do you like
What
Jalen Duncan? How he's doing?
I like the way I like the way he looks out there on the field. I mean, he looked pretty good out there, to be honest with you. But for the fact that he did have a couple mismatches on the on the offensive line,
Hmm.
uh, every every one of these offensive line is gonna have mismatches.
All right, so I just saw a comment I wish I never saw. Someone said Duncan is Dennis Daly Jr. and uh, I I don't like seeing that, and I really hope you are wrong. But I do agree on Cody Hollister, best wide receiver we've ever had. Got to see him in person. Uh, he turned into offensive line for a second, so that was cool.
Cody Hollister is trash.
Cody Hollister is such a great wide receiver. He caught as many passes against the Chiefs as any other wide receiver.
I mean, he really didn't do much for the Titans.
Yeah, he really didn't do much. I don't know why we kept him for so long. We only kept him there so we could save the number for Levis.
I think that I, I, I think Cody Hollister needed to go. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I definitely agree. They definitely took a while. I don't know what took longer, Dennis or no, Todd Downing or Cody Hollister. I can't remember. I think Cody Hollister went first.
Brian, do you want to get grounded? No, sir. I'm not grounded. You're the one that's grounded.
Yeah, that doesn't happen to Titans fans.
Um, Grounded doesn't really happen to Titans fans. We're supposed to help each other out. We're not supposed to ground each other.
Right? It just can't be happening.
Jonathan, tell Brian to keep up. Uh, there's Ollie.
Hey, Bryce.
Hi.
Sorry it took so long. We had an internet outage out here.
It's all good.
I think
So what do you think about the offensive line competition, Holly?
Competition with who? What do you mean? Like against other teams?
I mean, with the battles with the battles in the preseason and with the third straight and the second straight. I think that it's going to be very interesting.
I think that our second string and our third string are better than they were last year.
I mean,
Not very hard to do that though.
Who did we played the Bears, right?
Yeah.
And they had their starters.
Yeah, they had their starters for the first quarter, I think. We didn't play our starters at all.
And we still kept up pretty good.
Yeah, DJ Moore is really the one person that kind of kept us out of it. If he wasn't there, then I think we would have definitely won that.
Yeah.
I think that the starting role is going to be very interesting for Peter. How do I say his last name? I can't announce that right.
Yeah, first round pick. We'll just call him that.
Blonsky.
And we do have another question.
Jonathan said, "How confident do you guys feel going in?" Yeah, he said, how confident do you guys feel going into week 1 against New Orleans?
Well, I know we're not playing Alvin Kamara, so that definitely helps with confidence. But
I really like Jamal Williams though.
yeah. Is it in New Orleans?
Yeah, it's in New Orleans.
That's definitely going to be tough to go there and play them because I think they're definitely an underrated team. Not much is talked about them. I think they have Derek Carr now, which is a lot better than people say.
They do have Derek Carr now, yes.
I definitely do see too much Tannehill hate. Yeah.
Not at all with Tannehill, Brian.
I think that Tannehill is going to have an MVP season. Prove everyone wrong.
I agree.
So Holly, I'm gonna defend Tannehill real quick. So it wasn't only Tannehill's fault. It was the offensive coordinator and the way that the offensive line played last year.
And we have tons of injuries.
I agree. 100%, Bryce.
It was so bad. I mean, I think that Tannehill is gonna throw dimes all day down the field to D-Hop and Traylon Burks. If you have Derrick Henry in the backfield, that's gonna be definitely something to watch. I
agree.
I think that we could easily go 11-6.
That's a good range I could see. Who do you think our toughest opponent will be?
Man, that's a hard one, Mason.
Very.
So, Holly, I'm gonna let you go first on that question because I want to hear what you have to say about the toughest opponent.
Who our toughest opponent is going to be?
Yeah.
I have to look at the schedule. Let me think.
Well, in my opinion, I think it's going to be the Bengals because it looks like Joe Burrow is going to start week 1. So he's going to play the whole season. So I could
feel like we owe the Bengals a butt whooping.
At least it's Tennessee this year.
Okay, let me see.
Someone said the Dolphins will be your easiest opponent. Thank you. I could see that. I thought you liked the Dolphins.
Stop, please.
I think our toughest opponent will be the Cincinnati Bengals for sure.
Mhm. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. Is Joe Mixon still there? I don't know.
Sorry, I'm just viewing the comments right now.
Sorry. Yes, that is Taylor. I had to run in and pick her up.
Hi, Taylor.
And
Um,
all right, now she can hear you. Maybe.
Will Jalen Ramsey be back by the Titans game, or is he out for the season?
who do you think's gonna be our toughest opponent?
I would say probably the Bengals.
We can all agree with that.
Yeah. Well, the only nice part about losing the division is we get an easier schedule. So I think last year we were on the number one seed schedule. So and we start off 7-2. So. And Jalen Ramsey should be back. That'll be definitely interesting to see him play. I think that would be cool to see him play against us.
I think this week's preseason game is going to be very interesting to go over with April this Sunday night. So I'm going to be breaking that down with her this Sunday night. So and then the next week I'll be on Shaking Titans. I'm
Right.
very excited for their podcast. And Mason, I'm glad that you were able to come on tonight and help me and step in and help me with the podcast tonight.
Well, thanks for inviting me. It was very exciting to be able to be here and talk Titans. Excited to do that anytime. Well, thanks for inviting me.
Glad you came on, Mason. Sorry I was absent for most of the night.
It's all right. We had a lot of comments that hated on Tannehill and loved me, Willis.
I'm sure you were dealing with Brian and Jonathan all night. I'm sure.
Yeah, we got a Dolphins fan here.
Yeah, that's Jonathan. He loves Tannehill.
Makes sense because he played there.
I think that the Dolphins. I think Tannehill is going to go back to Miami and just have that confidence again and beat the Dolphins with the Titans.
Mm-hmm. He can do the Miami Miracle again against the Dolphins.
He actually did that. He did that Miami Miracle against the Patriots with the Dolphins, that was an awesome play.
That was.
And that was like, I want to say that was in 2018.
Was it right before he went to the Titans? And Jonathan, thanks to that trade, we made it all the way to the AFC South. AFC Championship. So that was great. So thank you for that.
I think that I think that Tua is gonna go down like a tuna fish sandwich. Tua reminds me of a tuna fish. I was calling Jonathan Team Tuna a while back.
I want to say Damn, Taylor.
So you started calling him that.
So Mason, so what's your thoughts about the new addition of the offense? How is Charles London gonna do?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, who was it that you said?
Sorry about that. I'll say it again, bud. Did you miss that? Mason, did you not hear me?
Yeah, would it be okay if you said that one more time, please?
How do you think Charles London is gonna do with the offense? That one's a tough question, I know.
I mean, how do you even answer that? I mean, I'm sure anyone can do better with offense than last year. Like, I'm pretty sure you do one good play, you're better than last year. At least the second half of last year. So I definitely think that he can help bring a big impact to the offense. How do you feel about him this year?
So, Mason,
Mhm.
I can't wait for the offensive line to solidify this year, and I'm ready to see what the offensive line can do with this new offensive coordinator that we got. I mean, you look at Tim Kelly with Deshaun Watson. You look how good he done with Deshaun Watson. So hopefully everything pans out with Tannehill and Tim Kelly.
Right. I feel like we're going to see Tannehill run a lot more. And sorry for kind of interrupting you there, but I think we're going to see Tannehill do a lot more kind of running during like when he has his chance to pass, and that's going to be interesting to see how he can play with that.
I think that Tannehill is gonna do great this year with Tim Kelly, and not only that, I think that we could see Will Levis in there. We could see Malik Willis in there with combo packages.
I agree. Yeah.
So, Haley, what do you think about the point I just made on Malik Willis and Will Levis with the combo package thing?
I'm sorry, Taylor's been talking, so I didn't get to hear all of what he said.
What do you think about Will Levis and Malik Willis and with the combo package on the field?
You mean like both of them?
We could see Malik Willis run the football. We could see Will Levis run the football. or we could see Derrick Henry or Tajay Spears.
Because Colts is
Yeah.
the best.
I don't know. I mean, I can't see Levis and Malik being active on the same day as long as.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see Tannehill be lined up as the wide receiver.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
No, Colts.
No, it'd definitely be interesting to see. Let him relive his glory days as a wide receiver.
Right.
I enjoy hot. No, I enjoy cold now.
Jonathan, I'm not no hater, bro.
I think Jonathan's the hater today.
I think Jonathan is the
Eddie,
hater.
you like
He
Jonathan,
secretly misses Tannehill.
he loves Tannehill.
Mhm.
I know he does. So Mason, so what's your thoughts about this? What's your thoughts about? Oh, Haley. We kind of forgot about this. We have a giveaway.
Yeah, we gotta definitely figure that out. Hey, the rest of my kids are about to get in my car. It's about to get crazy, so I'm probably gonna have to get off here.
Oh. Wait, is Taylor here?
yes.
Oh. Send that.
All right, Bryce. Love you.
Are you gonna send the bill?
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Mason. Bye, Holly.
But
Okay.
Bye.
here's got to be Team Levis. Is he all Malik Willis, all Tannehill? Anyone here like Levis? Even like maybe just a little bit, you know? They give him a chance.
Jonathan, don't say that.
I think the Levis will prove everyone wrong this year.
All right, that's it. That's it. Jonathan's grounded.
Oh, we have a comment that actually likes Levis. See, now we can all agree.
Holly, I like Will Lettuce too, but he just needs things to work on. I mean, he's gotta have that right. He's gotta have the right mindset out there on the field. So,
Oh, and to help Jonathan, people say Will Levis looks like a younger Tannehill, so that will probably make him like him a little bit more.
that's it. Jonathan, you're about to go to timeout.
Lalon is no longer on the team.
Jonathan's in trouble. Sorry about that, Holly, about your internet connection. I know It's terrible. No, today is Wednesday, Jonathan. Um, it's a good thing. It's a good thing it's a good thing Mason and I have power. Right,
Yeah,
Mason?
at least
I'm sorry about that, Holly. Your power went out. Hopefully it gets fixed
yeah.
and it comes back on.
Yeah, at least you're able to still like talk in the comments and still have like conversations and stuff.
KB is the man. I really, I really like KB the way he slows down Kyle Phillips in practice.
Okay, did he do that?
Yes, he actually slowed down Kyle Phillips.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yes, he did it last year.
How does everyone feel about Roger McCreary? I haven't heard too much about him recently.
I don't think Roger McCreary can slow down Kyle Phillips.
You don't think so?
Kyle Phillips is he's just too quick on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna be really good this year. Jonathan, nobody asked you.
No, I think what Jonathan said was pretty funny though, because he was talking about taunting the Cowboys. That was funny. We don't like the Cowboys.
What do you think about Preston's Titans collection? I can show it to you real quick, Mason. Here you go. I got the video right here. You want to see it?
Sure.
It's commercial time.
How many interceptions do you see Kevin Byard getting this year? I could definitely see 52. Another question about that. What team do you think you'll get the most interceptions on? What quarterback?
Jonathan, no, nobody's talking about the Cowboys but you.
Colts? Yeah, I could definitely see that. I don't know. Anthony Richardson, I don't know. I haven't seen too much, but I know he did throw a pretty crazy
Anth-
ball. Same with Texans. CJ Stroud.
Anthony Richardson.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know about him too much, but I know right now He's gonna be the same quarterback that he was in college for sure.
Is that a good or a bad thing to you? Like, do you think he played good in college, or kind of like in the middle?
But you can still screw it up in the NFL and still make your way up.
Well, he's on the Colts, so I mean, quarterbacks, mess up, you're still going to be the quarterback.
I
They
mean,
can't find one.
that's on the Colts though.
Yeah, they can't even hold on to a running back.
Bryce, did we get an update on Burks?
So, me and him were talking about this earlier. I saw there was this sports doctor. He said that it should be 2 to 6 weeks or 2 to 8 weeks, so nothing too bad. It was like not an ACL, but something by their tear.
It was its LCL and I think it was in the left side of his knee. It was in the left side of his knee, and I think he suffered. I think that, yeah, that's what happened. I think that Traylon Burks will be fine.
I agree.
To be honest with you, he will be back before the Dolphins game. And the Dolphins are in trouble. The Dolphins are in big trouble.
He should be back. He said 2 to 8 weeks or 2 to 6 weeks. I could see him being back before the preseason ends. And if not, then by week 3, maybe.
I think that he could be back before maybe after maybe before week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan, nobody asked you, bro. Nobody asked Jonathan. I think that
He
might
was just answering one of my questions I said earlier.
Jonathan, I got something to say to you, but you know what? I'm not gonna say it on the channel though, but I'm gonna talk to you about that personally. You're grounded. You're grounded, Jonathan.
Can't believe I witnessed that.
Mason, I might have to bring the belt out on Jonathan.
He was just answering one of my questions.
What?
Jonathan, based on what you just said, I bet it seems like you did not like to be called that.
Oh, Holly has a question.
I think he was just making a joke there.
Jonathan. Mason,
Mhm.
you see the comments?
Yeah. So my record prediction. Um, I can see us around 10-7 or 11-6, realistically. But I'll always take a 17-0. I'll never be upset with that. So
Uh, I um I'll be I'll be a I'll be honest with you, Gary. I mean Mason. I'm gonna say this, but I'll be honest with you. I think that the Titans will go 11-6, and the ceiling will be will be 9-8.
really,
And and
did that still win the division, being 9-8?
yes.
Awesome. I love to hear that. You know, it doesn't matter
John,
about the wins as long as we can win the division.
the Dolphins did not go 17-0. They went 14-0. Goof. They
Well, if you
went.
count the playoffs, though.
What are you rolling over there, Jonathan? Mason, I guess Jonathan's on one tonight.
Mm, really.
Wants to be funny.
But I thought he was a Dolphins fan.
He's trying to troll us.
You think so?
Yep.
I don't know. Would a Dolphins fan do that to us? I know a Dolphins fan.
I don't know if Mason, have you watched the War Room?
No, I don't think so. I'm not sure what that is.
I don't watch it much.
Is it cool?
I try to stay away from it.
Stay away from it.
I think Jonathan needs to stick with his Dolphins.
Right? See, I'm okay with Dolphins fans. I know a few. They're awesome, but not a trolling Dolphins fan. Come on. As long as you're not another AFC South or Ravens fan, uh, you're fine to be here.
Jonathan said he's a diehard Dolphins fan, but he's Honey Titan. I wonder who gave him that name. It was Brian. Brian that gave him that name.
Hmm.
Ah, so Mason.
Mhm.
I'm gonna start calling my my score predictions here for the Vikings game.
Awesome.
So I'll go maybe about 24-21 Titans.
That's a good one.
And I will give the Titans the upset.
Oh, is it an upset? Do they have the Vikings winning?
No, I will give the Vikings the upset.
Oh, really? Oh, it's rough. I'll have to say 17-28 Titans.
Okay, Holly, just go do your thing. You're you're good. I'll talk to you on Messenger here in a little bit. Maybe next time your internet connection can be better. Hopefully.
Yeah, internet connection loves to go out at the wrong times.
Hopefully it can go, hopefully it can do better next time. What does that comment say?
I think that it means like what, Starbucks? Maybe? I don't know. Is that Starbucks? Is that just like a different way of saying it? Yeah. Okay. Heard the internet there isn't that good though. I don't know though.
I love you, Holly. I'm gonna let you go. And Mason, are you cool? Are you cool to stay on for a couple more minutes?
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Um, Holly, I'm just gonna go ahead and take you off the stream, okay? There she goes. So Mason, let's uh let's let's go over a little bit about this this next game.
Hmm. Yeah. Do you think they'll play their starters?
Hmm, I I don't see that, but maybe.
If they do, I don't want to see any screen passes.
Um, I don't think so.
You don't think so? I think that they might play them for like a quarter, maybe. I think we'll do the same thing. I think we might play our starters for a quarter.
Hold on, give me just a second. I'm gonna I gotta do something real quick. Hold on, just give me just a second, please.
Don't worry.
Mason, you can talk. You can talk to the chat while I'm doing my thing. Yeah.
All right, I'll go ask some questions.
Okay. Sounds good.
Jonathan, if you're still here, how does it feel playing against Josh Allen twice a year? Do you like doing that, or because I feel like you guys do decent against them? And also, if anyone could put score predictions for this next game, maybe even for the next two games, just really early predictions against the Vikings and Patriots. So what I'm reading on Traylon Burks is honestly it should be the minimum of time, 2 to 3 weeks that he should be back. And it's going to be great to see him lined up with DeAndre Hopkins. What are we going to do with that, though? Do you think Tim Kelly will run it more? Do you think he'll pass it more? I mean, there's so many questions. We haven't seen too much of them, but I did notice he didn't run it too much in preseason, I don't think. So that was definitely interesting. It was definitely still cool to see Tajay Spears and what he can do in the offense, and it looked really well. I could see him being at the running back 2 spot, being the backup behind Derrick Henry. Maybe seeing them play one game. It would be interesting to see Derrick Henry play one half and Tajay Spears play the other half. So it's questions like that. There's so many questions to be answered, and in the next few weeks in preseason, it's gonna be nice to see what we can do. And Titans today posted on Twitter about how well we played against the Vikings. We definitely, if it was the real game, we definitely would have won by a lot. So a lot of interceptions from the backup Viking quarterbacks. So that's good to see. Hopefully they can start throwing some more interceptions. I see them throwing 3 to 4 during that game. I think it's on Saturday. Let's see. Yeah, so it's Saturday at 7. And if anyone has any interesting thoughts about the draft, you can put that in the comments. Jonathan, what's your most exciting for as a Dolphins fan? Who are you most excited to play this year? Could it be the Titans? Could it be someone else? Do you have any? Any teams you want to play against? Yep, definitely going to be interesting. I bet the main reason is so if you win, you can just keep saying that for the rest of the year how much you won by. And if we win, we can just keep telling you. So a lot on the line for that. So that's going to be fun. Right. So that's going to be fun. Very competitive game. Bet a lot of things will be said during the game. And hopefully the Titans win by 50. Do you have any score predictions for that game? Please beat the Cowboys. I don't think anyone here likes the Cowboys. Please just beat the Cowboys. Is it in Miami? Oh, a Christmas Eve game. That's going to be fun. So that's actually really cool. So, oh, okay. So you see a close game. It would be fun to see like a really high scoring game, like 48-50. Obviously, Titans winning that one. But I feel like both defenses could definitely be scored on a lot if everyone's healthy. Now, yeah, that game's going to be a lot of fun.
Sorry, Mason.
Oh, you're all right.
I had to do something.
Well, me and Jonathan were talking about the Dolphins. He thinks he's going to beat us this year.
I do not. I think the Dolphins will get shattered.
You don't think they're going to do good?
No. The Dolphins will get shredded.
I definitely okay. So I think Miami has more speed, but I think the Titans have more playmakers. That's just my opinion on that. But yeah, Miami definitely has way more speed. But uh, maybe we can see some high speed this year from our receivers, DeAndre Hopkins and Traylon Burks, hopefully.
Mason, I think that Traylon Burks is going to do really well in the next couple weeks with the recovery.
Right? I really hope so. Really hope he can come back healthy and probably like he did in Arkansas.
Me too. Hold on, I'm gonna get a drink of my body on real quick. Hold
All
on.
right.
Whoa, about spooked. I need to be careful with that.
Yeah.
So Mason, um, I can't wait for the Falcons game.
That's gonna be a really fun one because they're wearing the Oilers. So, uh,
I
yeah,
think
that's
it's
gonna be
gonna
really
be
fun.
interesting.
Jonathan, you're forgetting Traylon Burks if he's healthy.
Hopefully, Trayvon Burks stays healthy.
Right. Hopefully, he stays healthy.
So Mason, I will definitely see you next week on Gary's show.
Awesome.
I'll be glad to. I'm more than happy to come and help fill in some of the holes for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being there to help.
Um, April and Gary has done nothing but good things. They helped me when Haley wasn't in here. Um, they done nothing but great things for me. Gary and April are great. So Mason, do you have anything you want to say on Gary and April?
Oh, amazing people. Always fun to, you know, get on a podcast like this. Be able to talk for a while, and uh, it's just so much fun to be around. Excited for the season.
If you haven't yet, go subscribe to the channel, please.
Hmm. Oh yeah. I subscribed, and hopefully everyone in the comments either has or will.
Um, Go drop them a comment in the video if you haven't yet. Please do me a favor, and if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate that if you could do that for me.
Jonathan wants me to check out something.
What's Shaken Titans is the name of it, Jonathan, and you can actually search it. You can actually search the Twitter, and you can look up the YouTube channel that way. It's in the profile. And April has her own channel, and she's gonna be doing a ladies podcast. So I'm really excited to see women, and football talks and stuff like that. I'm really excited to see what Haley and April has planned for their show, and I think it would be a good idea for Haley and April to co-host as well. What do you think about that, Mason?
I definitely think you are completely right. I think it's super super cool that they're doing that, and it's gonna be excited to see what they're gonna do. Like maybe like and like thinking about what kind of topics they're gonna be going over. It's just a whole new thing, and it's gonna be exciting to see how it can go.
Um, Mason, I'm gonna start having you on my channel more often too.
Yeah, anytime you need help.
Um, I'm definitely glad to invite you anytime. Um, Uh, are you glad to come on the channel with me anytime?
Oh yeah, I mean this time I was just really excited to be on for this one as well, and it's gonna be a great season.
And if you haven't yet, please check out the merchandise on Twitter if you haven't yet. If you're new, to the channel, please check out the merchandise if you haven't yet. And Jonathan, I think you can get my shirts, or well, the black one is $24.99, I think, and then the rest of them are 25. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to the what's shake to what's still shaking, ladies.
All right, everyone should go subscribe to that.
I already did. I already subscribed to it. It's nothing but great.
It's awesome.
Sorry about that. I had to take something to drink real quick.
You're all right.
But I really don't want to put the merchandise on the channel. But Jonathan, you can search it on Twitter. Go in my profile and you can search merchandise and you can see where I posted it there. And also you can find it when I send you the link. And Mason, I'm definitely gonna coordinate that with you too, bud.
All right, sounds good.
So I'm trying to be really careful. I don't want to say much.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
But Jonathan, if you haven't yet, please go check out Titans Lossy. Go check out all of the Titans YouTube channels. They got really great YouTube channels. The Titan Upload Network. It's in. I believe Gary was on there this past Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Mason, can you correct me on that if he was on there?
I know there was something today, possibly. So it was either Monday or today. I'm not too sure. Whenever he did that.
I think it was today. I think it was Monday. I'm not sure. But I do have a special announcement coming up soon. But I'm not gonna announce that yet. I'm not even gonna announce that yet, Jonathan. And no, it's not the ticket giveaway. It's something else. And no, it's not. It's not the gaming streaming. It's not that. It's something else. It's gonna be getting other fans and getting other fans from other teams on the channel, and I'm trying not to say much, but Jonathan, I will definitely bring you on for that Dolphins game for sure. You're gonna be shocked, bro, when you hear my thoughts. Um, Mason. So, what do you think about what I said?
About bringing other teams' fans on.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. I think it's gonna bring a lot more competition to the streams, and you know, I don't think anyone's gonna agree on anything though. They're gonna be like, my team wins, not yours.
Yeah, but it would be a great idea to bring other fans on from other teams. And I'm gonna reach out to a Saints fan. Um, do you know anybody that's a Saints fan on Twitter, Mason?
I actually don't, which is interesting. Yeah, that is very interesting, actually.
I'm pretty sure I can find one.
Really.
I'm pretty sure I can find a Saints fan. I actually do know one on Twitter, and she's also from Memphis,
Oh, that's cool.
and so I'm gonna try to get her on to break down that game with me. I'm gonna reach out to her, and I'm gonna reach out to her as soon as we get done here. That's coming up in a couple weeks.
Right. It's gonna be exciting.
So, Mason, would you be glad to come on with me, to break down the Saints game with me?
Definitely have to see if I can, but that definitely sounds like a great idea.
You'll definitely have to see if you can.
Yeah, I'll see if I'm able to.
Um. Well, hey, buddy, I'm fixing to get off of here, bud. But thank you for everything tonight.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Thank you for everything.
No problem. It was fun to talk about the Titans.
It was kind of fun to argue with Jonathan about the Dolphins and Titans.
It was great.
But anyway, Mason, tighten up, buddy.
Tighten up.
Have a good one.
You too.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.